I'm Jonas.
And I'm TNT Dynamite, the explosive one. Let's crack into another one.
TNT,
Yo.
I think we touched on this before, but you got some new info, huh?
I mean, I wouldn't say necessarily new info, but there's been some new happenings in this field. So we may have talked about the scientists that have been basically being killed, coming up missing in a lot of cases.
Themselves.
Quote unquote, committing the taking themselves out. So we have Amy Eskridge, who was a scientist reportedly researching anti-grav technology. She's the one I kind of want to get on today. We have Frank Mywald. He was a principal researcher at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory. We have Monica Riza, director of materials processing at NASA Jet Propulsion Laboratory. Stephen Abel Garcia, government contractor at New Mexico facility for the Kansas National Security Campus. Carl Grillimar, he was actually from Canada, but he died while on American soil. He was an astrophysicist who worked on NASA's NEOWISE and NEO Surveyor missions. Jason Thomas, who died in 2026, pharmaceutical researcher. We have Michael Davis Hicks, researcher of science at NASA's Jet Propulsion. Anthony Chavez, who was a former employee of Los Alamos National Laboratory. Melissa Shirley Cialis, who died in 2025, administrative worker at the Alamos National Laboratory. Nuno Loriero, who died in 2025, director of MIT's Plasma Science and Fusion Center. William Neal McClaslin, who we talked about, he was the guy who came up missing, and he was a retired U.S. Air Force Major General.
Gotcha.
So we talked about Neil McClaslin a little bit because there was this, like, he showed up missing, and like he took his gun with him, but he didn't take his wallet or any personal effects. Right, and there was like the whole search, and this is where it actually like started gaining some traction. Amy Eskridge, on the other hand, left detailed text messages to her friends and loved ones.
Yes,
I read through 19 pages of text messages last week, and it was bone chilling.
Yeah, well, the last message was, "I did not kill myself."
That wasn't the last. That was all the messages. She said it multiple times, is that she felt like she was being followed. She felt like they were using different types of technology. She claimed that they were using pain rays, and she even like took pictures of her hands and showed how would my hands be inflamed and red in these areas but not in these areas. She took pictures of her house where she showed that the window blinds had been melted because she felt like there was certain people following her, giving her death threats. Ever since she said like one thing about the research that she felt like she just kind of like figured out. But it was one thing she said about the research with something like element 115 or something like that. I don't want to get too deep in it. I don't know anything. Please don't kill me.
Yeah.
I'm not dangerous, but it's just very, very scary. It's like these people do not have natural enemies, We're talking about scientists.
There are scientists who's working on some, but there's so many people working on so many different there's people working on cancer research. None of us know their name. You know what I mean? Until they find the cure, right? Like, and these like random people are working on alien technology or whatever they're working on. Nobody knows their name, but all of a sudden they're all killing themselves.
Yeah, it's a little weird. So Amy Eskridge, like, this is the most telling because it gives her firsthand perspective on like days before she passed away.
Yeah.
She speaks about how she doesn't believe it's government tied. She thinks that it's the major player.
Oh, so she doesn't think it's a government thing. I thought it was a government thing.
No, she says that it's probably major players in the defense, like the BlackRock, the Lockheed Martins.
Blackwater's private security, all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
She says is that they're not government officials. They're probably mercenaries hired to take out people who have potential to leak certain information. Now, what the certain information could be, it could be secret weaponry, because, we'd be remiss if we think that, the guns you can buy at Walmart are the same guns that the government is using.
Yeah,
We've already come to the point now where drones are commonplace in war. I don't know where we made this seamless transition from us using like fighter jets and the stealth bomber to now it's just like, yeah, we use drones.
Well, yeah, I mean, they got to have a war to test them out, man. That's why Ukraine, that's why Iran. I mean,
I think Obama was the first president to like normalize the whole drone strike thing. Like it had been a thing before.
Thanks, Obama.
But Obama did more drone strikes than any other president that before him and probably preceding him. At this point, at least, there's only been a couple.
Yeah, I have some info here. It says that the FBI is actually paying attention to the list of the scientists that have vanished or died. It says our president said, hopefully, I don't know, coincidence, whatever you want to call it, but some of them were very important people, and we're going to look it over the next short period. And it says, here's what they know about it. There was possible center connection between the deaths and disappearances. It said that they requested a briefing on information regarding these deaths, as well as processes and procedures in place to protect the American scientific community. It says NASA's coordinating with and cooperating with agencies looking into cases, but at this time, nothing related to NASA or national security threat. It's obviously it goes into a lot of the same thing that we talked about. So like the government is investigating it supposedly. So
supposedly. That's the thing, man. Like, I really do love the fact that, like, attention is being shed on this, but I just question whether or not either, is
it a facade just to, like, say
if we do get any information, if it's going to be credible, or is it going to be tainted with either,
Fugazi?
Money changing hands or just like pressure from somebody, because a lot of these companies supply the government with a lot of their weaponry, and we need that weaponry, especially right now when we're fighting a proxy war and another proxy war and an actual war.
Well, here's the thing though, man. It's when the proverbial feathers of the common folk are ruffled when enough people start noticing something, they need to make a statement. They need to say, we're aware, we're looking into it. Then if they come out with a statement, the thing is it the real statement or is it just a statement to appease?
Yeah.
It's like when they come out and say, like when the news is all saying like, do this, do that, don't do this. And it's like it's either like very bland or it's like maybe like misdirectional on purpose, but not a lie. So who knows what they're going to come out and say, right? Exactly. We found no foul play. That's it.
So there was I believe a senator, a member of Congress that did a couple of interviews a couple weeks ago at this point.
Right.
And he was talking about disclosure, and he was saying is that some of the stuff he heard in the skiff that he said it gave him nightmares, it kept him up at night, and he was like, and I think the American people deserve to know. And then he did a couple more interviews, and then on one interview he said, I don't think we're going to get disclosure because it would change too much. And a lot of the people that speak on this, they say is that it has a lot to do with religion. And it's like, where's the spiritual connection here? Is it because that the truth would be is that religion isn't necessarily real?
It's all a farce. Every religion's a farce.
And that the true like genesis of human life on this planet comes from a different source. And
like aliens created humans or something like that. Like not God, but like,
man, look.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of podcasts on this topic, obviously. And one theory I heard is that while humans on this planet looked into technology, we build stuff out of the things we find in the earth. We take rocks and we make buildings. We take precious metals and we make electronics. And now we're doing AI.
Yeah.
There's a possibility is that another civilization or another entity or another I don't know, consciousness could have specced into organic, and possibly there are ways to make organic computers. Like we're walking organic computers.
Well, right. Not? I mean, there's that brain matter that's lab created that's playing Doom. Like, that's like the babyest level of that, right? Like
exactly.
So it's like, think about, we just figured that out. What if another civilization has been doing it for 2,000 years? And think about like us, like we thought creating the cotton gin was a big fucking thing.
Jonas, you sound like a believer right now.
What?
Are you starting to be a believer?
I don't believe, agnostic. Bro.
I'm not. Look, man, I understand being a skeptic, but you speaking some believer
talk.
I've
always said, show me some proof and I'll believe, man. But like, here's the thing. I don't I'm not ignorant to the fact that there could be another life form out there that's as smart or smarter than us. It doesn't have to be close. Just because we can't see it doesn't mean it can't see us.
Okay, so as a person who does not believe in necessarily religion, you're not a spiritual person.
Yeah, okay.
You don't go to church. I don't know if you believe in God or not.
Okay.
Do you think it's that this is a more plausible origin for the human race other than, Magic Sky Jesus?
Magic Sky Jesus. I love that. I've never heard that before. I probably err to the side of evolution. Like we've evolved over time because even humans have evolved since humans have been human. Humans are smarter, faster, stronger. Like all those things. We haven't, like, obviously it all comes back to the missing link of like where we transition from ape to human, right? Like that big jump from like walking Neanderthal, kind of looks like a human, to like human today. That's the missing link, right? But there's enough like scientific evidence of the similarities. You're like, oh, I could see that happening. I mean, look at like bugs and like even bugs like ladybugs and things that like used to not fly that fly, and like it's like holy shit can change, right? Genetic mutation, we make fucking apples the size of softballs. That's not how big apples have always been.
That would be the organic science,
right? Exactly. So if we can do that with vegetables, why can't we do that with people or organisms? We can clone fucking sheep, dude. Like
we can clone dogs. People have cloned their dogs.
Exactly. So it's like, am I going to say that there couldn't be some other race, thing, whatever, entity that has been focusing on organic evolution where we've been focusing on technological evolution? Like, that is not on my... I don't say that. There's not a 0% chance that is untrue.
The idea that some alien or, another interdimensional race could have created something as intelligent as we are, because we are like the shining light of intelligence on this planet. Nothing is above us, right?
Right. That doesn't mean on another planet
that we know of. that we know of.
Right. There could be invisible beings walking around with us that are smarter than us, and we can't even see because our fucking human brains can't even comprehend that it's a thing.
Yeah, we can't see in that dimension. There's a lot of possibilities.
Yeah, exactly.
I've been sitting on the fence of this, and this idea has been this kind of like plaguing me recently, is that every animal on this planet eats another animal or another entity, whether that be a plant, whether it be another animal. We eat animals. We eat plants.
Yeah.
But what eats us?
Well, every animal is the top of its own food chain until it's not.
It's not the top. I don't think.
Well, in its own mind, it is.
Yeah,
until
sure.
You know what I mean? The lion is the top of the food chain until something eats the fucking lion.
I don't know. A lot of animals expect into like running away from lions.
Well, yeah,
and shit.
but at some point before humans got here, there was an animal that was the top of the food chain. Then we came in, rocked this damn world, and kill everything.
But what eats us?
Us.
We eat ourselves. That doesn't make sense.
We're not gonna eat ourselves. We're gonna destroy ourselves.
I'm just saying is that if every entity on this planet is food for someone else or something else, what makes us any different? What makes it so that we're not food for something else? What makes it say is that we're not farmed for our DNA, or we're not farmed for our negative thoughts?
Right. Right now, we're the top of the food chain. That doesn't mean that's permanent.
Yeah, I don't think we were ever the top of the food chain.
Lion thinks they're the top till they're not. You know what I mean? Like
the lion ain't the top of the food chain until a human comes along and shoots it with a gun.
Right. But
the human is the top of the food chain until something comes along and says, "Hey, look, man, I created you. I need your DNA. Get on the spaceship. I'm gonna put the probe in you, scoop something out of your back."
Yeah, and then that thing has something's coming after it too. So
probably
exactly.
I hasten everybody to check out the Amy Eskridge testimonies. It is truly insightful. Where you like,
she's either an insane, paranoid, schizophrenic person, or there's some.
I mean, is she really insane and schizophrenic when she's like, I've been receiving death threats, and then she ends up dead? I don't think that makes you. I think the schizophrenia is thrown out the window when you end up dead after you say somebody's trying to
paranoid people all over the place. So,
but I just think that it's a very weird time, man, and I really hope we get some more information
for sure, man.
And I don't care if it rocks the religious world to the core. I want to know the truth. If religion is a lie just put here to make us act right,
I mean,
Let us know.
that's entirely possible. I mean, but here's the thing: religion is having less and less power over new generations. Eventually, all the people that give a shit about religion are going to be gone. You know what I mean? Like, because like think about like our grandparents. Everyone that age gave a fuck about religion.
But they
now
were stupid.
way less people do. So, anywho, that's all the time we have for today's episode. Please make sure to like and subscribe for Jonas.
TNT.
We out.